Step files are a common file type for exchanging 3D CAD data between different programs. There are various standards of STEP, and the recent versions of SOLIDWORKS can import STEP 203, 214, and 242. Each standard contains information about the model's geometry, with 203 being the most basic of the three standards. 214 is considered an extension of 203, and it can import the geometry, but it can also import information about the model's appearance, such as colours and textures. Finally, 242 includes all that, along with product and manufacturing information, or PMI, such as dimensions and surface finish specifications. Opening a STEP file in SOLIDWORKS is actually quite straightforward. Simply use File Open, and provided your file type is set to either STEP or All Files, you should see your STEP files ready to import. Then you just need to select your files and press Open. Before that, you do actually have some control over how exactly these files do import though, and you can find the settings for these inside the System Options or directly from the Open dialog. The import options for STEP files are found under the General file format. These options also affect IGES, .sat, .vda, and .sldxml files. You can read more about each option by accessing the help here or by pressing F1. There are two settings that I want to point out right now though, the first of which is 3D Interconnect. Usually when you open a STEP file, it will convert it into a native SOLIDWORKS file. However, with 3D Interconnect, it actually remains as a STEP file, which can avoid potential translation errors. This also means though you can't edit it as liberally, but you can use the file in other areas of the software still, such as including it in an assembly. 3D Interconnect is most helpful when you need to use the same file in different software packages, though this is more typical when working with native files from other programs such as Inventor. However, in most situations, you'll likely not actually want to have 3D Interconnect turned on when bringing in STEP files. The other option that I want to make you aware of controls whether you bring the STEP file in as a solid, a single surface, or as separate surfaces. Most often, you'll just want to bring in the files as a solid. After opening a STEP file with 3D Interconnect disabled, you'll have two prompts. The first will ask whether you want to run import diagnostics. This will try and automatically fix any import errors, and we strongly recommend that you run it every time you bring in a file, so it can really save you some problems and headaches, and it's usually dead quick as well. The second is feature recognition. If you run this, SOLIDWORKS will try and work out what combination of features would be needed to model the shape in SOLIDWORKS as you see it here. This can be useful as it can give you a full feature tree which can make editing easier, though it's not the most robust procedure, and in most situations it's actually more trouble than it's worth, and I'd recommend that you don't use it and instead just make your edits after bringing it in using the commands on the direct editing toolbar. So that's pretty much all you need to know when it comes to importing STEP files. If you do run into any issues importing a file and you can't figure it out, then please feel free to get in touch at support@solidsolutions.co.uk.